Hi guys, it's Friday. I hope everyone's day is off to an amazing start. My day started around 6:30 because Eric decided that today he wanted to get up early and go to the grocery store. See all those groceries back there behind me that I need to now put away. So since I'm up, I decided to go ahead and put up the last little bit of party stuff that I had out for the party. I have a table over there, not sure if you can see it, that little glass table over there that Eric and I both need to carry back down to the basement, and just a few things that I need to wash up and put back over in the pantry. But guys, the party was amazing. It turned out so beautiful. I wish, like I said in the last video, I wish that I'd had the opportunity to vlog it. You know, I pride myself on time management. You know, I started planning for the party like 3 weeks in advance so that the day of the party I would not have to rush. But I don't know what happened. The day of the party, it was going along really good, but it was like 30 minutes before the party was to start, and I had not done several things. I had not made my little mojito drinks. I wasn't dressed, so I wasn't really able to pull the camera out and vlog because I was just rushing. But take my word for it, it was beautiful. And I will really try to do better next time so that I can vlog, you know, whatever my next party is. All right guys, sorry about that. I had to run up and change my battery really quick. But yeah, so today I need to head to Lowe's. I need to pick up some a weed barrier cloth for the bed that I created out front. Yeah, when I created the bed, I was kind of lazy on that particular day and didn't lay down the barrier. So now the weeds have come through, and I could put down some spray, but the spray is actually kind of making the plants that I have planted in the bed discolored. So anyway, gonna go to Lowe's and get the barrier for that. And also we are heading to Toronto in a few short days, so I need to finish up on our packing. I'm just about finished with Chase's packing. A few more things I need to put in the suitcase for me, and Eric does his own packing, of course. He always waits to the last minute, but he never forgets anything. And also I'm going to try my best to help out my hotel phobia, or, you know, try to work on it by not bringing so much of the stuff that I typically take when we travel. So not gonna bring as much stuff this time, so we'll see how that works. I see that we have a lot of new UnFrumpy mommies who've joined the channel. Thank you guys so much and welcome. So to you new ladies, I do have a hotel phobia, and I'm really trying to work on it. So that's what I'm gonna do for that. So right now, anyway, let me go ahead and get started on all those groceries, finish up the last little bit of party dishes that I need to put away, and I will see you guys back here in a little bit. All right guys, so we are off to Lowe's. You know what I want though? They have these Adirondack chairs. I think that's what they're called, Adirondack chairs. I saw them the last time that we were there. They're like $15. They're not the real wood ones. They're like a plastic type material. And I think they'll be really good to go down by the basement door. The basement, guys, is still in the works. I have not given you guys an update on the basement reno, but we'll have an update on that coming soon. Basements are extremely expensive, especially for what we want done. So it's expensive and it's taken a long time, but I will have an update on the basement coming soon. But those are the chairs, and I think they're $15. And I like that color. They're really lightweight, but I don't see any more out here. I don't know if they're all gone. I think I'm gonna head up front and see if there are any up there. Can you guys see me? Oh my gosh, the sun is so bright. Oh my gosh, but yeah. So those are the chairs. So I'm gonna head up front and see if they have any more up there, because I don't see any back here, but they're really, really lightweight, like I said. And I just think they look really cute in the backyard, right near to the, right near the deck. Let me show you guys how light they are. I know the wood ones are a lot heavier, but like, you see that? You can just pick them up with one hand. So really, really cute and lightweight. And you know, if they get dirty, you can just take your water hose and just, you know, run across them with the water hose. So let me go up front and see if they have any up there. right, guys, so I am back from Lowe's, and as you saw, I just prepared Eric's lunch. However, there really wasn't a whole lot to making his lunch today. He loves salmon, cream cheese, and everybody loves club crackers. So that's what he's having for lunch. He's actually still in the office on a call. I, however, see if you can see, am getting ready to make some oatmeal cookies. I love oatmeal cookies. And can you see right there, I have my laptop up. I love the website allrecipes.com, and I'm actually going to use this recipe right here for oatmeal cookies. Here are all of my ingredients. I have my sugar, my flour. I'm going to add some chopped walnuts, even though the recipe doesn't call for walnuts, brown sugar, butter, eggs, cinnamon, and a little salt. And I guess I actually need to get the oatmeal. So here's my oatmeal, and it actually calls for quick cooking oatmeal. So there's that. So I'm gonna go ahead, pull out my stand mixer, get everything mixed up, and I'll come back with the taste test. So while those are baking away, I'm gonna have a really late breakfast, semi-late lunch. I have been craving the little egg McMuffins at McDonald's lately. So I had Eric pick up some English muffins for me. I'm gonna put a little cheese. I have some turkey bacon there, and I have my little bitty tiny egg over here cooking away on the stove. Even though I'm not terribly hungry, I need to, you know, eat something, because I recently started taking the St. John's wort and some vitamin D, and I'm taking that because I never mentioned it to you guys, but this past December 2015, my mom passed away, and so my mood during the day, it's not always the brightest. You know, I'll have, you know, slight little bouts of sadness throughout the day. Not every day, not constant, it's not real long, but you know how it is. You know, if a loved one passes away, you're not gonna be around here, you know, skipping and all happy all the time. But you know, I talked it over with my primary care physician. I let her know about it, and she had given me a prescription for Lexapro, and I did go ahead and fill the prescription, but I never took it because after doing some research on it, I found that it can be just really extremely, you know, habit forming sometimes. And, you know, in lieu of recent events with Prince and some of these other artists who are passing away, getting addicted to some of these prescription drugs, I said, absolutely not. So I did a little research, and so back in December, I started taking the St. John's wort, and let me tell you, it has really done wonders for my mood. You take it 3 times a day, 2 pills each, and you do need to, let me see if I can get it open with one hand. You need to take, like I said, 3 times a day, 2 pills each time you take it, and they're kind of large. Yeah, that's the size of them right there. But I think I've really seen an improvement in my mood. I wasn't necessarily severely depressed, but just, you know, sadness. I am typically a really happy person. The way that you see me on here, that is actually me. I'm really happy. I have a great life, but you know, you can't necessarily dictate, you know, how things are gonna go in your life. And then, you know, death is a part of life. And so I'm just having to cope with that now. Like I said, it was this past December 2015. And, you know, things have gotten a whole lot better. And I really attribute that to, one, having, you know, a lovely support system, you know, in Eric. And then, you know, taking those St. John worts pills. That name is a tongue twister. But, and you can pick them up at Kroger, and they're not expensive. I think they're like $3 a bottle. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, finish up on my little midday meal here. Check on these chocolate chip cookies. Check on these oatmeal cookies, and I'll come back again, like I said, and let you know how they turned out. All right, guys, so I am upstairs right now. Those cookies, by the way, were amazing. So good. But I'm upstairs right now because I'm getting ready to put the finishing touches on the packing. I'm all done with chases. I just need to get mine into the suitcase. And that yellow, green, and other piles of colors of stuff back there, those are all mine. Those are my maxi dresses. I'll be taking maxi dresses on this particular trip. I ordered them just for the trip, actually. I love in the summer when we're traveling to take maxi dresses. You just roll them up in a ball and they fit really, really easily into the suitcase. No fuss, no muss. So I usually buy them in every color when I find one that I like, and that's what I did. It's Friday again, and we are on our way to Toronto. Alright guys, so we are on the plane, getting ready to head to Toronto. There's Eric and Chase over there. I have a seat by myself. That's special. We made it to Toronto. So Eric and Chase are over checking us into our rooms right now. We are at the Four Seasons of Toronto. Downtown Toronto is so beautiful, and this hotel is just gorgeous. So we're gonna check in, put all our things away, and then probably head out for a bite to eat. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday. Let's see, so we are heading out to enjoy this is our very first full day here in Toronto. So we're going to go and get some breakfast this morning. Why was I turning right there?
I don't know where you're going.
But we're gonna go get some breakfast this morning. And you know how it is in cities. Good morning, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
You know how it is when you are from a particular city, right? There are things that, you know, that you love. There are things that that city is known for as far as food and drink go, right, babe?
Yeah, like Chick-fil-A.
Like Chick-fil-A in Atlanta, Waffle House. Yeah, things like that. So here it is, what is it?
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons. I guess that's the thing to eat, the place to go to eat and, you know, get your coffee and things.
Coffee shop.
Little coffee shop here in Toronto or Canada as a whole, Tim Hortons. Well, we went yesterday, and today we're going to Starbucks.
I'm not a coffee drinker. I got the chili. It was okay. It kind of reminded me of Wendy's chili, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got a coffee and a blueberry muffin. The blueberry muffin tasted like a muffin that I would make in the kitchen from a pack of Martha White blueberry mix. And the coffee was just a little bit lackluster. I don't know. So yeah, we actually found a Starbucks that is near the Four Seasons where we're staying. So that's where we're headed this morning. But you know, shout out to all you guys who live in Toronto or Canada and you just love Tim Hortons.
Maybe it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just caught him on a bad day.
Yeah, it was kind of crowded in there yesterday. I think, like we said, yesterday was Canada Day. It was a madhouse in that area that we were in yesterday. So we'll chalk it up to that. Eric, do you think we'll give them another try before we leave? What do you think?
You know, our son got a sandwich and he liked it. He got a panini. So
you know, it wasn't a total fail.
Yeah.
It wasn't a total fail, so we'll see. So yeah, right now, heading over to Starbucks like we said. And Eric, it's not that bad.
It warms up, yeah.
Yeah, Eric came out a little earlier this morning and he said the weather was a little bit cool, but it doesn't feel that bad right now, so.
By our standards, see, we're used to, in July in Atlanta, it's 95 degrees.
Oh
easy.
yeah.
So this is
a little cool for us. Not terribly bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little cool for us.
Yeah. But we're enjoying it. It's good weather. Beautiful city. A lot of history.
Media building. Our emergency news station is CB24, and that was a CB24 news truck that caught on fire. So they
Hi guys, it's Sunday. I hope everyone's day is off to an amazing start. It is yet another beautiful day here in Toronto, and so we've decided to take advantage of another beautiful day here on vacation and head over to the Toronto Islands.
It's really pretty out. Can you see the buildings? Skyline behind
Back
us.
there.
So Chase, I think you should get in the front somewhere.
Quadricycle riding through the Toronto Center Islands.
What is that?
Life is great. Eric, say hi.
So she's got me working as usual. Slave driver.
I know those of you who live in Toronto, Canada, you are so familiar with this place and you probably come here quite often, but it is such a beautiful place and we're just so thankful to be able to come out here today and hang out. We are right off of the lake. So very, very pretty. It's Monday. Happy 4th of July. We are at Niagara Falls getting ready to take a boat tour. Look at our view right now. And just like that, guys, the vacation is over. Back to the daily grind. We're back home here in Atlanta. It does feel great to be home, but we had just the best time in Toronto. I think there are a couple of you who are subscribed to the channel who actually live in Toronto. You guys are so just immensely blessed to live in such a beautiful city. And we can't say enough about the hospitality. I thought that we kind of prided ourselves here in Atlanta on just being a friendly, hospitable city, but you guys are just amazing. There wasn't one place that we went to that I could say the people were, you know, not nice. You guys were just amazing. And the week that we went, there was so much going on in the city, but you guys handled the crowds just really well. And I can't say enough things too about the Four Seasons Toronto. If you guys are ever looking to visit Canada and you're gonna, you know, be visiting the city of Toronto and you want to live kind of like downtown, you have to go and check out the Four Seasons Toronto. It is a really beautiful hotel. But back to our daily grind here in the ATL. So I don't know, whenever I come off of vacation, I just have this renewed sense of, you know, wanting to get busy, living life and doing stuff and just working on projects, just really being, you know, wanting to get busy. So right now I am headed to Goodwill. I haven't worked on a DIY project in a while, so I want to, I think, try to do a faux fireplace for the bedroom, for the master bedroom. You know how it is when you're decorating other parts of your house, every other room gets just all the TLC and all the love, and you kind of let the master bedroom fall by the wayside. And that's what I've done. And I've done that with other two houses too. You know, I just always neglect the master bedroom. But today, like I said, I woke up with a renewed sense of wanting to do something. So there's a wall in the bedroom that I think a fireplace would look great on. Now, we're not going to spend the money to put a real fireplace in there. My hat's off to you guys who actually have fireplaces in your master bedrooms. We don't. But I've just been kind of looking through the pages of Pinterest, and I saw where, you know, the instructions for creating a faux fireplace, they're pretty simple, and I really don't want to include Eric on it. He has enough work to do without getting involved with my little, you know, DIY projects. So I'm gonna see if I can go to Goodwill and find something that'll kind of help me out with the project. It would be great too if I could actually find a fireplace mantle. You know how sometimes they'll have the older homes and they'll kind of get rid of, you know, pieces, you know, of the house and kind of sell it or donate it to Goodwill. So, you know, maybe I'll get lucky today and come across a real fireplace mantle, and then I can just kind of go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get some plywood and maybe build around it, but we'll see. So that is where I am headed right now. I hope you guys are having a great day. What is today? Today is, I don't know what today is. I think today's either Wednesday or Thursday, but either way, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. The weather here is it's kind of partly cloudy here in Atlanta. We got a lot of rain yesterday, but it's clearing out. It's a beautiful day to be alive, nevertheless. So I guess I will go ahead, continue this drive, and I will see you guys at Goodwill. And I think I might hit up 2 or 3 Goodwills today. Eric's at home working on Chase's schoolwork. Yep, it's the day after we got back, and Chase is right back on his schoolwork. He did not get the summers off. He will have a few days here and there where he doesn't have any schoolwork. He'll still continue with his summer reading, but I don't know if I mentioned this, but he's going to the 8th grade right now, and so we are looking to enroll him in private school for 9th grade. So we're just trying to work really, really hard, making sure he is where he needs to be for 9th grade, you know, going to a traditional school. It's going to be tough for all of us, but we just want to make his transition into school as seamless as possible. We know that there will be, you know, a couple of stumbling blocks, but we don't want any of them to be associated with him, you know, not knowing subject matter. So that's what we're really trying to work on, you know, this summer. So he's working on some stuff with Eric this morning, and then, you know, after lunch he'll kind of start up with my portion of the schoolwork. So I have the mornings to kind of hang out and go thrift hunting looking for this fireplace stuff. So I will see you guys in a little bit at the Goodwill.
You know, I'm going to go into this Goodwill, but you know that way down the Wadsworth, way down that way. I get on that road and just keep riding. Because it's on this road way at the end.
At Roswell?
And then I keep trying to tell folks they don't know the best places to go.
Yeah. All right, so she was telling me about another Goodwill I could go to, but we're at this one, so let's go in here and see. Good morning. Let's see if we can find it. All right. Goodwill number 2. Not not sure if I showed you guys the headboard that I got from the first Goodwill, and I think I actually will be able to, I don't know, kind of fashion the back part of the fireplace from that. But I need now the little mantelpiece, so I'm gonna go in this particular Goodwill here and see if they might have something I could use for the mantelpiece. So we shall see. But yeah, when I was getting out of the car, that lady, she was like so excited about going into the Goodwill and I guess getting her bargain hunting on. She just had to stop and share with me the fact that there was another one that they had opened up not too far away. But yeah, so okay, let me go ahead, take a look in here and see if I can come up with something for the top part for the mantle. Okay. All right, so absolutely no luck in that particular Goodwill, but that's fine. There's actually a Home Depot up the street, and the last time I was in there, I was just walking around in the cabinet section, just wasting time, and I saw that they had these 2 columns that I could use to put on either side of the footboard to kind of frame out the foam fireplace. And I know that they have shelves that I can kind of put across the top to kind of make like a makeshift mantle. But if not, I'll just run over to IKEA, because I know IKEA will have something that I could use for it. But all right, let me go ahead and head over there because it's getting hot already. It's like 88 degrees already, and it's like, what, barely 11 o'clock. So I will see you guys, I guess, at Home Depot. Alright guys, so we are back at the house. Wanted to really quickly show you what I picked up today. So first off is this footboard that I purchased from, as you saw, Goodwill, and it was only $5 and some change. I love going to Goodwill for my little projects or crafts and things. I can always find a fabulous deal or two. Right here, you're looking at some newel posts. Those are 2 newel posts that I picked up from Home Depot, along with this white piece of molding here. I'm actually going to use that molding for the top part of the mantle. And all of these items, guys, you'll just have to kind of check back in with me to see how everything turned out with my fabulous faux fireplace for our master bedroom. Hi guys, welcome to Tea Time with Tan and Eric, and this is a kind of special edition of Tea Time. As you can see, we are not at the house right now. We are actually still on vacation here in Toronto, Canada. So the topic for today's Tea Time is drum roll. Eric doesn't even know this topic. I kept it from him. I just thought of it a few minutes ago. So the topic for today's Tea Time is,
don't embarrass me. What is it?
How do you keep from getting into arguments when you are with your family while on vacation? So how do you prevent arguments while on vacation with your family members? So
leave them at home. Go by yourself. Just don't take them.
Right. So we, I guess, will have at least one disagreement while on vacation, and that would include, you know, Eric, Chase, and myself. I have to say, I typically am not the one who starts arguments. I am usually the really good one.
Is that accurate?
No, I think you would have to agree with that.
I'm going to have to reshoot another segment.
No, I think you would have to agree with that.
Okay.
It's like the things that happen, well, it's like the things that annoy, that your family members do that annoy you while you are at home. They're like magnified when you actually go on vacation.
Yes, they are.
Let's say,
closed-in space.
yeah, when you're in a closed-in space, those little things that, you know, typically don't bother you at home, when you're on vacation, oh my gosh, they just annoy the crap out of you. Let's take, for example, the way Chase drinks water out of the water bottle. He drinks water all throughout the night. Most of the times we do try to get adjoining rooms, but there are those times when we actually have to share a room. And so Chase just has some real annoying habits.
He sucks the water bottle so you hear crinkling, and he'll drink water till like 1 in the morning. He'll like wake you up drinking water.
Yeah, and he just sucks all of the air out of the plastic
water bottle. Just
it just collapses, and it just wakes you up like, dude,
can you
how
go to sleep?
much water are you going to drink?
And he's a night owl, so he just stays up till like 1 or 2 in the morning. We're trying to sleep.
Yeah. clicking his phone.
Yeah.
Clicking the volume up and down on his phone. The sound of that really annoys the crap out of me. You guys know that I have a hotel phobia. So, you know, when Eric and Chase go and sit on, you know, they go to sit on my bed.
God forbid we sit on a bed.
That is a no-no. That starts an argument. When they, you know, sleep with no shirt on.
I don't ever do that.
Well, you stopped though. I think
no,
you
I've
used
never
to.
done that.
You never done that?
No,
okay.
Chase.
Well, sleeping in the bed, bareback.
Bareback. Like we're sleeping on the mud in a mud hut somewhere.
Yeah, that
5-star
really,
hotel.
That really annoys the crap out of me.
So for me, can I say my annoyances?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's dealing with somebody that has a hotel phobia. So you're like, she's gotten better.
I have. I've actually been really good on this trip though.
Walking around on eggshells.
Well,
She about cursed out the front desk today because they forgot to clean our room at the
don't
appropriate
you guys hate that? We're staying in a 5-star hotel. I asked that when we checked in that they clean our room at 10:30 each day for the duration of our stay.
And we got back at like 3.
We got back today, 3 o'clock, and the room was not clean. I about turned into the Incredible Hulk around there.
And when we checked in, the room wasn't clean as it should have been.
Yeah.
And we're staying in like the #1 hotel.
Yeah, we're the #1 hotel in Toronto.
But anyway.
Granted, it is a really, really nice hotel.
It's really
and
nice.
The issues that I found, no one else probably would have seen. It's just I go in there with a keen, razor sharp eye.
Yeah.
You know, when we check in, and I found a couple of things, but
I think the thing that one of the conflicts I'm really hyper. Like I'm hyper at work, and I don't really shut off during vacation. So I tend to be let's go.
Yeah.
And my wife is more relaxed, so that used to cause conflicts. It still does occasionally. So what I've learned to do, I'll just sometimes just go off and do stuff like by myself.
Yeah.
Not anything longer in depth, but like if I'm just bored in the hotel room.
And I hope you guys can hear us. We're outside.
I'll just leave and like go for a walk. Like I've gone to like Epcot when we go to Disney at night, like by myself.
Yeah, and I love when he does that because that kind of frees up space in the hotel room. The larger the room for me when we're on vacation, the absolute better. I just don't like being in cramped spaces. I like to have, you know, room to move about. And so when we get a larger room, that is outstanding. But you know, when you're traveling about, especially in other countries, sometimes, you know, the rooms are just what they are. They're all a certain size, and so you can't necessarily get, you know, large suites and stuff. But so yeah, is that it? That's all that kind of bothers you when that annoys you? But that doesn't necessarily start arguments though.
Well, I've learned to do that, right?
Okay,
It's an argument stopper. I think it used to.
Yeah.
Especially when we first started going to Disney, because I'd be like, we got to get up, we got to go.
Yeah. I think the key to not getting into arguments with other family members when you're on vacation is just giving everybody their space. Everybody needs to have that time.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you're at home, you're not all under one another, and you're off doing, you know, separate things. So really trying to give the other family member their space, trying to be just a little bit more patient.
I wonder if anybody respond in the comments. Has anybody had an argument like ruin the trip? Like, have you gotten into an argument with your spouse or your children that was just the trip's over,
ruined.
I can't stand y'all for the rest of the trip? Has that ever happened? Has it ever gotten that bad?
I know there have been times though when we've been on vacation where I would see other families and I would kind of want to like trade one of y'all in, either one or both of y'all in for someone else's family member. Like y'all have gotten on my nerves that bad sometimes.
And we've also seen, have you seen, you've been out in public, the families arguing?
Yeah. It happens. Has it happened to any of you guys? Because we've actually seen it happen, especially when we go to Disney World. It happens a lot where you have those family meltdowns, and you can just tell they have been skating along, and it was just this one little thin thread, and it was just something that came along, and that was it. They just blew up. They just blew up. But I think we've actually been doing pretty good on this trip. We've been doing pretty good. Granted, it was a short trip, so maybe that kind of helped.
You have done good on this trip.
Yeah.
You know, did we talk about, like, when we go to Disney, how I now have to walk in front of you in line because of the numerous conflicts you gotten into standing in Disney line?
No,
so I have to leave
do
now?
I look like I would start conflicts with somebody? No.
Some
Bye,
brawls
guys.
at Disney. I'm telling you, I have to walk
Bye,
in front.
guys.